AI is everywhere, but this doesn't mean that it is useful or profitable. It shows that companies throw AI in everything and hope it sticks. And they destroy the environment in the process. I want to emphasize that AI can be helpful. You can focus on technology which can make computer operation easier and more accessible for people with disabilities. AI can be helpful with sorting documents, but not like that. Probably AI can help in the medical field. To downplay women's pain. Okay, yeah, we did it. AI is like a real doctor. It's just hormones, ladies. For starters, we need to highlight one thing. Artificial intelligence isn't artificial and isn't intelligent. It is a large language model. The system generates the most common answer based on data that it's got. Stall. But in some cases, it can't even do this correctly and starts to hallucinate, meaning ChatGPT and other chatbots give users false information or totally random phrases. Sometimes AI does not follow any pattern. When ChatGPT recommends a book that doesn't exist or makes up scientific research, it's a hallucination. If you talk to ChatGPT 5 for an hour or two, you will probably see it yourself. And this silly tool replaces people? Maybe people like Sam Altman, Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk. It won't be worse than them. Joke aside, there is one important question we all should ask. Where is the cash? Where is all that cash from innovative, empowering, futuristic AI tech? Where is the revolution? So many startups, so many big companies and billionaires invest in AI. So how much do they get from it?
I require gold!
The AI industry is a bottomless pit and it exists only because of investors who don't know how labor and inventions work. They hop from one tech idea to another and hope that someday they will be the first to profit from life-changing technology. You know, like the iPhone. This is why people like Elizabeth Holmes get millions for her scams so easily.
There's optimism and then there's stupid, hun.
AI is a bubble. I know this, you know this. So we talk about it. OpenAI is the closest to becoming a real company. OpenAI is a non-profit business which Sam Altman wants to change into a for-profit company. He has to do it in 2 years or its funding will convert into debt. Unfortunately, Altman's plan failed. For now. What is interesting, it's thanks to Elon Musk and his lawsuit. And now, allegedly, an engineer from xAI stole the Grok's trade secrets and went to OpenAI. Does this mean we get a new waifu from OpenAI?
I'm feeling it. My naked hands, making juicy star colors.
Recently, OpenAI announced in a vague statement in a blog post that they are scanning conversation for certain types of harmful messages. If the system finds some worrying messages, send it to the human team and they decide what to do, like banning accounts or contacting the police. What kind of messages will be flagged as harmful? We don't know. What we know is that the company is scanning the chats, so they have a lot of data from users. If they are ready to contact police in some cases, they have enough data to identify users, find their locations. This generates a lot more questions. What happens with this data? Where is it stored? How long? How many people read the chat messages? Who are they? Articles about AI psychosis and all the backlash that OpenAI got from users to whom ChatGPT recommended to kill themselves or stay in addiction probably made them change the policy. It's hilarious that in the same post OpenAI added a paragraph about respecting privacy. Sam Altman talked about privacy and law in Theo Von's podcast. He clarified that there is no legal confidentiality for users' conversations.
People talk about the most personal shit in their lives to ChatGPT. It's, people use it, young people especially, use it as a therapist, a life coach, having these relationship problems. What should I do? And right now, if you talk to a therapist or a lawyer or a doctor about those problems, there's legal privilege for it. There's doctor-patient confidentiality, there's legal confidentiality, whatever. And we haven't figured that out yet for when you talk to ChatGPT. So if you go talk to ChatGPT about your most sensitive stuff and then there's like a lawsuit or whatever, like we could be required to produce that. And I think that's very screwed up. I think we should have like the same concept of privacy for your conversations with AI that we do with a therapist or whatever.
OpenAI is one of the most valuable private tech companies, and they don't make any profit.
Oh.
In 2024, OpenAI made around $4 billion in annual recurring revenue and lost $5 billion after revenue, excluding stock-based compensation. Running OpenAI costed $9 billion in 2024.
I require good.
The company burns money like servers. The cost of training the models is huge. They spend billions on computers, salaries, offices, infrastructure security, and other important expenses. Maybe a lawsuit or two. OpenAI got $13 billion from Microsoft and spent much of the money on Microsoft Cloud, which hosts their products.
I require more.
Unfortunately, OpenAI isn't obligated to disclose their financials, so we don't have many documents about it. But what journalists were able to find paints a bad picture of the company condition. OpenAI claimed that ChatGPT is used by 400 million people every week, but roughly only 10-15 million users pay for subscriptions. For a company which burns money like YouTubers their dignity, those numbers are painfully low.
Oh.
Technically, OpenAI makes money from paying subscribers, but actually loses money of them. How is it possible? First, we need to understand that ChatGPT isn't like other apps, like TikTok or Instagram. The more people use the ChatGPT, the higher the serving cost is. Sam Altman said that saying please and thank you cost millions of dollars computing powers. It's not a joke or exaggerated statement. Generative AI needs expensive graphics processing units, and their lifespan is short, so they must be replaced often. On one hand, OpenAI wants people to use the ChatGPT to get the feedback, but on the other hand, if people do it, they burn the servers and the company loses money. The cost of infrastructure for ChatGPT isn't the biggest problem. There is something much more worrying.
You're forgetting one teensy-weensy but ever so crucial little tiny detail.
Like we all know, AI models need data to correctly function, and there is no more of it. Models will run out of high-quality text-based data in 2 years. The internet has a limit. All the internet is now infected with AI slop, and if an AI model is fed content from other AI models, it collapses. Like I said before, artificial intelligence isn't artificial and isn't intelligent. It just imitates the structure of language or code. It doesn't understand it, so if AI learns from other AI, it learns rules based on machine guessing what should be generated. It doesn't improve AI, it just destroys data. This is why AI chatbots hallucinate so often. Even if OpenAI stole everything on the internet and every book that existed, it still was not enough. The model will degrade.
How disappointing.
Of course, this doesn't stop OpenAI and Microsoft from allegedly building a $100 billion supercomputer, which will need 5 gigawatts of power. Probably this is a reason why Microsoft wants to hire nuclear energy experts. For now, Microsoft signed a contract with Helion, a nuclear fusion startup, to buy electricity. One of Helion investors is Sam Altman. Everything and everybody is connected. Private nuclear reactions for corporation, which don't have any ethics or morals. What can go wrong?
Oh my god!
How much water will this nuclear startup use? You know what? It doesn't matter. Just stop using water in your house, peasants.
Bad news. So many things will be on fire when you step outside of this room. You included. That's okay, no, right? It's hell. You expected it to be hot.
OpenAI and Microsoft, and I'm sure other companies, want to resolve problems with AI by adding more computing power and hope that AI chatbot magically become a real boy. Because this is how technology works. I'm sure this is not a huge waste of money and resources.
Got a bad feeling, V.
ChatGPT 5 was supposed to be cheaper than version 4, and it is a lot worse. You get what you pay for. Answers are more AI-styled, Chat lacks personality and can't even deal with simple questions. Even Sam Altman admitted it. It's so bad that some users demand the ChatGPT 4 back. Sam Altman agrees, but not for free. Worrying part of this demand is that a lot of people have an emotional connection with their chat and call it a friend. It is really easy to force people to pay if they are addicted to the chatbot. OpenAI is not the only startup relying on investor funding. Anthropic is an AI startup backed by Amazon, which is valued at $60 billion. Somehow. The company raised $14.7 billion from investors to create Claude. Yes, this Claude.
The oracle who knows the difference between real guidance and disguised attacks.
Lately, Anthropic said that its revenue could reach as high as $34.5 billion in 2027, and they expect the company to stop burning cash in 2027. It is a strong statement from a startup which has 16 million monthly users and only 769.6 thousand installs around Google Play and App Store. Oh, and they made $918 million in 2024 and lost $5.6 billion. So yeah, I totally believe that they will make $30 billion.
Sure, Jan.
I know that the majority of investors are detached from reality goals, but come on. Math isn't mathing here. We also need to remember that millions of authors sued Anthropic for stealing their books. Anthropic has agreed to pay $1.5 billion to settle a lawsuit.
Oh, مش una.
Saying the AI industry is a bubble is like saying the sun rises in the east and sets in the west.
Obviously.
The AI industry is a bubble and exists only because overexcited investors who don't see that the industry is falling apart. In the first half of 2025, investors spent globally more than $49 billion. In all of 2024, they spent only $44 billion. USA accounts for 95% of the deals.
Brilliant. Now we'll never be rid of it.
In other parts of the world, investment into AI is trending downwards. Only in the US, investors give hundreds of millions, even billions to startups. Investing into startups is a huge gamble. US citizens pay the price for the AI bubble. They lose work, have to deal with environmental consequences of water shortage, air pollution, and a lot more. Investors, tech bros, and CEOs' delusions can destroy the economy and causes an employment crisis. We have an idiot like Jet Terrifi, the founder of Google's AI team, who said that AI has reached PhD-level intelligence and studying law or medicine is pointless. At this moment, in many countries all over the world, there is a shortage of doctors. And here we have a stupid tech bro talking publicly that you shouldn't study medicine because it's unnecessary. It's hilarious to hear something like this when the AI startup which created an AI-powered stethoscope failed spectacularly. The company promised that the AI stethoscope could detect 3 different heart conditions in 15 seconds. But researchers found that the tool incorrectly diagnosed 2/3 of the participants from 12,000 patients who were part of the test. Please, don't ask a chatbot for medical advice. It's not a good idea. A recent MIT study shows that 95% of organizations are getting nothing from their investment in AI. In the paper, we can read that just 5% of integrated AI pilots are extracting millions in value, while the vast majority remains stuck with no measurable profit and loss impact. This divide does not seem to be driven by model quality or regulation, but seems to be determined by the approach. The majority of investors are obviously rich, greedy capitalists who want to get rid of employees and make created product as cheap and fast as possible. Quality doesn't matter. Quality never was an important part of capitalism, just profit. Businesses which created AI tools to improve comfort of the work for employees, especially with disabilities, don't get any money. In contrast, startups selling promises of magic AI which does everything get billions. We have startups which make AI models, AI fashion, AI music, AI books, AI games, AI art, AI content creators, AI influencers, AI movies, AI assistants, AI engineers, AI doctors. Tech bros don't understand that something is seen as valuable, interesting, or helpful because it is done by humans with emotions, skills, and personality. They only see humans as a problem to get rid of, unnecessary cost. Everything must be produced fast and be as blunt and basic as possible. With subscription. AI is a perfect tool for corporations because algorithms always take the most common, popular elements and glue them together to get perfectly optimized project. This is why all AI pictures, AI books, or AI songs are so similar to each other.
Hey Optimus, what are you doing there?
Just chilling, ready to help.
Hey Optimus, do you know where I can get a Coke?
Sorry, I don't have real-time info, but I can take you to the kitchen if you want to check for a Coke there.
Oh yeah,
Let
that'd
me
be
know when you
great.
should go.
Yes, let's do that. Let's go.
Awesome. Let's head to the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay, go.
I think we need to give it a bit more room. Right now it's kind of paranoid about space. It'll be able to walk a lot faster.